To me, it's their turnovers. They turn the ball over at an alarming rate for somebody that good.
She doesn't care if they can really stroke it from outside. All she cares about is what you gonna do on the defensive end, because defensively, that's where their bread is buttered.
Any final thoughts on that before we move on the bracket overall?
I think the committee did a good job this year.
I don't think it's much argument.
I don't think there's too much argument that could be had about the brackets this year. As really, unfortunately, this year there are not many names that stand out.
It's not.
No.
You know, there are more names in the women's game right now than there are in the men's.
That's true.
Like, I could name more women's players, like in the upper echelon, than I can in the men's.
No, that's true.
Which is kind of sad.
And speaking of that, like we're doing this before the women's bracket comes out. It's going to come out later on Sunday night. What are y'all feeling about the women's game? Who's going to take it? Is Caitlin going to be able to lead her team here to a surprising NCAA win that might solidify her in this kind of GOAT status going on? That's going to give more room for people who's calling her the GOAT and stuff already. But what do y'all think is going to happen?
Are you saying win a national title?
Yes, win a national title. Can it be done?
No.
It's South Carolina versus the field.
The simple no.
No. I mean, Caitlin Clark, amazing talent. She is an amazing talent for sure. But that's not going to happen. You have 4 teams that are better than their team right now.
Let's see, South Carolina. Are you putting LSU?
Yes.
Yes.
And who? Stanford?
USC.
USC and Stanford.
USC is better than them. Stanford's better than them. And Texas may be.
Yeah. I mean, you may slide in Texas over them.
Yeah. As a team.
So
now, do you, Carl, have any? Me and Carlin was talking last week about any concern about South Carolina, because they didn't look as sharp in their conference tourney coming in, and it was a little surprising. You have any concerns about them cutting down the nets?
I do not have any major concerns with South Carolina. I will say it's hard to go undefeated for the whole year.
It is.
Very hard.
I mean, it's not that they don't have the talent to, it's the pressure, the mental pressure that is on them day in and day out, to be perfect. And that's going to be the hardest thing for them. I will say, which has always been their Achilles heel, is they just don't have shooters.
What is up with that? Yeah,
they got shooters this year. They got shooters this year.
They have decent shooters this year.
They have good shooters this year. To me, it's their turnovers. They turn the ball over at an alarming rate for somebody that good.
Yes, they do.
They will turn the ball over 20 times a game.
They do turn the ball over, but it's just because of, I think it's because of their frenetic style of play. Like, they played so freaking hard defensively, and then they, when they turn people over themselves,
yeah,
they get a little out of control and turn the ball over. So
Yeah, this actually is one of the best offensive teams they've had under Don Staley.
it's it's one of their best offensive teams, but in comparison to other schools that shoot the ball well,
right.
they do not shoot the ball as well as, say, a
That's
Stanford.
true. That's true.
You know,
That's very true.
It's always been Dawn, but Dawn recruits that way. She recruits dogs. Like she's going to recruit somebody. She doesn't care if they can really stroke it from outside. All she cares about is what you going to do on the defensive end, because defensively, that's where their bread is buttered. They lock up.
Defensive rebounding. They out rebounded by a thousand rebounds a game.
They have giants that go to the
They have
offense.
giants, yes.
That is true.
But I'm just concerned about the turnovers, and shooting domes is always difficult. So, like you said, brother, the outside shooting has a chance to go away the bigger the stage gets.
That would be the only Achilles heel I would see. And to your point, Carlin, the turnovers as well. But I still don't see many teams that could actually give them a run.
Oh no.
Although, you know, it took a miracle to beat who was that?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
Yes.
It took a miracle to beat them.
That's true.
That is true. A literal miracle.
Yeah.
Yes, it really did.
Yeah.
Now back to that tournament. We got to get your thoughts on what went down with South Carolina and LSU in that championship game, and the fight
with the fight.
Yes, and the reaction afterwards by the coaches, particularly Miss Kim Mulkey, and her reaction.
I'm disgusted with Kim Mulkey. Not literally disgusted. I wanted to throw up. If she makes a comment saying, "I wish she would have pushed 6'8"
Angel Reese,
Angel Reese, or are you condoning violence?
What are we doing here?
What are you doing now? So Dawn, I mean, she's the GOAT for a reason. Not only defended her team, but defended the LSU team as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And handled that with such class and grace. And it's really sad that Kim Mulkey can get away with doing that kind of saying that kind of foolishness and not get hit with the vitriol and hate that the young lady from South Carolina got hit with.
Okay. Now, some people had some problems with one person in particular. You know who you are. If you come back to our YouTube channel, had some problem with our analysis of the situation, particularly talking about the connection of Trump's influence and thoughts with this too. You know, Trump support and Kim Mulkey, like
Trump Barbie. That's what I called her. She's Trump Barbie. That's what she is.
Like it's weird how aggression is celebrated with certain folks, and then with others.
That is classic, brother. It's been that way for the longest. So a young white male in college basketball and a young white female in college basketball, if they are pushing someone, being aggressive, they're just fiery.
Yes.
But if you're African American or any other descent other than white, like the young lady, she's Brazilian, I think, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cardoso.
Cardoso. She is considered a brute, a monster,
a thug.
A thug. I think one commentator from a radio station said something about the big Brazilian brute or whatever.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yep. And Don Stelly made him apologize too.
Don made that person apologize, but it's always been that double standard, and it's not like it's something that's foreign to anyone. And I will piggyback off of you guys. When Trump came into office, he created a sense of hostility and vitriol amongst white people in general, where they felt empowered to display these acts of aggression that they're on displaying now. I mean, think about them storming the Capitol. Think about all kinds of things that they've done in based off of Trump's. Just as
we like to call a spade a spade. I mean, it is just what it is.
It is what it is.
I mean,
it's been created. We're here.
Yeah, we're here. I mean, we're in a hostile environment right now. White people have never been this aggressive since, after the civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
All the civil rights wars that we had, and all that was abolished. After that, they kind of tamed themselves and kind of went back in the shells a little bit. But now, oh my gosh, they're back like segregated South right now, everywhere.
Sound like a song that you can't stop.